Hello, everyone. It's just me tonight. Let me do a little bit of explaining on why it's just me. First thing, where did all my other tabs go? Okay, they're there. Let me explain why it's just me. Everyone's at Horror Nights except me. So Owen is, of course, at Horror Nights. Mal's at Horror Nights, and Katie's at Horror Nights, Amanda's at Horror Nights, Will's seeing Don't Breathe, and Dallas is at Mickey's Not So Scary, and Scott's working. So that's everyone. It's just me. So we're gonna get this started by starting with the biggest news out of the week, which was the Golden Ticket Awards, which were announced, I believe it was September 10th. So the top 10 steel coasters in the world were at number 10, Phantom's Revenge at Kennywood, number 9, Diamondback at Kings Island, number 8, Intimidator at Carowinds, number 7, Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland, number 6, Apollo's Chariot at Busch Gardens, number 5, Nitro at Six Flags Great Adventure, number 4, Expedition G-Force at Holiday Park, number 3, Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England, number 2, Millennium Force at Cedar Point, and at number 1, Fury 325 at Carowinds. Now that's really no surprise there because it's a highly rated coaster. Top 10 wooden coasters. Number 10, Lightning Racer at Hershey Park. Number 9 is Gold Striker at California's Great America. Number 8 is Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City. Number 7 is Thunderhead at Dollywood. Number 6 is The Beast at Kings Island. Number 5 is the Ravine Flyer 2 at Valdomere. Number 4 is The Voyage at Holiday World. Number 3 is El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. Number 2 is Phoenix at Knoebels. And number 1, of course, is Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce. Best park. Actually, let's start from the bottom and go up. So they had publishers' picks. Person of the Year went to Rafi Kaperlin from Cedar Fair. Renaissance Award went to Ed Hart of Kentucky Kingdom. Go Ed Hart. Park of the Year went to Cedar Point, and Supplier of the Year went to B&M. And to no avail, Best Halloween Event went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Orlando for the 8th year in a row, I believe. Best Christmas Event is Smoky Mountain Christmas at Dollywood. Best Landscaping went to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Cleanest Park, of course, went to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. Best Kids Area went to Planet Snoopy at Kings Island. Best Water Ride is the Wildebeest at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. Best Water Ride in a Park is Valhalla at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Best Seaside Park is Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in Santa Cruz, California. Best Children's Park, Idlewild and Soak Zone in Pennsylvania. Best Marine Life Park is SeaWorld Orlando. Best Food, of course, Knoebels. Best Funhouse or Walkthrough, Noah's Ark at Kennywood. Best Carousel went to the Grand Carousel at Knoebels. Best Show went to Dollywood. And Friendliest Park, of course, went to Dollywood. Best Dark Ride went to Tower of Terror at California Adventure. Best Indoor Coaster went to Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Studios Orlando. Best New Water Park Ride is Massive at Schlitterbahn Galveston Island. Best New Ride, Lightning Rod at Dollywood. Best Water Park, Schlitterbahn in New Braunfels, Texas. And your best park for 2016 is Europa Park in Germany. That's really no surprise there because Europa Park is an amazing park. I hope one day to go there, but I doubt it's going to happen. Moving on to the rest of the news. We have news out of Shanghai Disneyland. Shanghai Disneyland has announced a temporary attraction called Tron Realm Chevrolet Digital Challenge. It'll open on the park on the 20th of September. Sponsored attraction will feature concept vehicles, driving simulators, advanced vehicle design technology, and other examples of future transportation options with Chevrolet next to the park's popular Tron Light Cycle Power Run attraction. The pavilion will feature 3 sections: Imagine, Create, and Drive, as well as 3 new concept vehicles on display from SIAC, General Motors. I'm not going to try and butcher those. Along with the new life-size Chevy Creation, inspired by the Light Runner vehicle from the Tron Legacy film. You can see artwork and posted like everywhere on the internet. I probably retweeted it somewhere along the lines. But it looks cool. I wish we would get something Tron related here. It could possibly happen within the next year or two, them announcing it. Moving on to Epcot, which is where Tron stuff would probably go. Epcot Food and Wine Festival kicked off Wednesday and will run through November 14th. So just a little shout out there. And then for Owen's sake, I don't know if I can get the concerts on here. Where's the concerts? Eat to the Beat concert series. Okay. So just a reminder, you have they already passed. So Starship is playing tonight through Sunday. Air Supply is September 19th through the 20th. Bodine's is September 21st through the 23rd. Fuel is the 24th through the 25th. Sugar Ray is 26th through the 28th. Los Lobos is 29th through the 30th. David Cook is October 1st through October 2nd. Wilson Phillips is the 3rd and the 4th. Blues Traveler is October 5th and the 6th. Plain White Tees is the 7th through the 9th. 38th Special is the 10th through the 11th. Jeffrey Osborne is October 12th through the 13th. Tiffany is the 14th through the 16th. Dennis DeYoung, the music of Styx, is October 17th through the 19th. Christopher Cross, which I would love to see, October 20th through 21st. Toad the Wet Sprocket, October 22nd through the 23rd. Shaka Khan. Oh, I didn't know Shaka Khan was coming back. October 24th through the 25th. Billy Ocean, the 26th through the 27th. Living Color, the 28th to 29th. Hanson, 30th through the 1st of November. Soul Asylum, the 2nd and the 3rd. Delta Ray is the 4th through the 6th of November. Boyz II Men is November 7th through the 9th. Sister Hazel is November 10th through the 11th. And Big Bad Voodoo Daddy is November 12th through the 14th. So that is your full listing for the Eat to the Beat concert series. Shows are usually at 5:30, 6:45, and 8. And the shows usually last around 35 minutes. Moving on to Knott's Berry Farm, or should I say as of, I believe, next week. Pretty sure next week. Next week. Next Friday. No, Thursday. That's weird. Thursday, it'll be Knott's Scary Farm. And you will be able to experience at Knott's Scary Farm and at, I think it was Canada's Wonderland. Sorry, my bad. Canada's Wonderland and Knott's Scary Farm will both have the Fear VR 5150 experience. It's a new groundbreaking virtual reality experience where you're strapped into a wheelchair wearing a Samsung Gear VR headgear, and you are being pushed around by the maniacal hospital staff. You will have the Fear VR 5150 will require an extra fee to experience and is not available as part of Frightlane or Frightlane Plus. I'm going to go to Not Scary Farm's website real quick and find out how much Fear 51 or Fear VR is. Fear VR is. I just want to know how much here. One. I have to go through this entire thing. Can I just find out how much Fear VR is? Oh, well, it's not telling me. We should find out soon how much everything is. Oh, well. Well, no. But yeah, that's your not scary farm news. And also, if you haven't noted if you haven't noted it, The Hanging is returning. And if you've never seen The Hanging, go see The Hanging. It's a great show. It's basically a West Coast Bill and Ted, and the theme this year is Finding Gory, Just Keep Killing, Just Keep Killing. So it's a bit entertaining, to say the least. Moving on to Dollywood. Lightning Rod is no longer in rehearsal. It is officially open to the public, and it's doing really well for itself. Everyone's liking it. I actually haven't heard many things of it breaking down, maybe like once a day, maybe, which a lot of rides break down every day. So it's not a bad thing. So congratulations to Dollywood on the finally opening of Lightning Rod. I knew it was going to be a long time before they officially opened it because of that lift hill, but I'm shocked that it took this long. I thought it was going to be like maybe August, maybe July, but no, it was middle of September. Yeah, September 8th. So it took a while, but they actually did it. So King's Dominion is kind of teasing for 2017 with the hurler. Nothing was mentioned in the 2017 announcement presentation. At the end of the event, in the center of it was a message in red letters saying there's really more coming. Which makes me think, because it's in red letters and it says really more coming, and that's a weird sentence. Well, not really, but it spells out RMC. So it could be a very unsubtle hint that we're getting a hurler RMC redo. I don't know anymore. King's Dominion's really just turning into one of those parks that doesn't really do much. Because if you look at the last 6 years, in 2016 they're getting actually 2017 they're getting a new they're getting a Planet Snoopy expansion, and possibly the RMC, who knows. 2015 they got a Soak City expansion. In 2013 they got Planet Snoopy. In 2012 they got Windseeker and Dinosaurs Alive, which is horrible. In 2011 they got Snoopy Starlight Spectacular, and then the last big coaster was Intimidator 305 in 2010. And then before that they got that's the year that Planet Snoopy like debuted. 2009 they got Americana and El Dorado, which I'm pretty sure El Dorado's closed. closed, or Americana's closed. One of the two. I'm pretty sure one of the two from the Americana section or whatever it's called is closed. And then 2008 is whenever they got Dominator and the new ride names because everything turned to Super Fair. So, yeah, nothing's really been happening in at King's Dominion. So hopefully it'll get some revitalization, some new blood in there very soon. So we have some possible new coaster information or rumors for Busch Gardens Tampa. Things are looking towards maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking a launch swing. I personally, I'm thinking launch swing coaster like Thunderbird. Because there's so many B&M coasters already in that park. They don't have a wing coaster. They have a dive, they have a looper, they have an inverted, and they have a flyer and a floorless and Mako at SeaWorld. So you got to make something that'll top Mako. Why not make a launch wing coaster or a wing coaster in general? So maybe you might get like a new entrance way with the coaster in front of it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Busch Gardens in the coming years, because they're starting to grow as a park with Cobra's Curse and then with Falcon's Fury and then Cheetah Hunt in the past 5 years. That's really, really impressive, and they're starting to get up there. Then we had on Saturday, September 12th, on Saturday, September 10th, pretty sure, yeah, September 10th, Six Flags America was evacuated because there was a bomb threat. Called the local police at around 1:30 in the afternoon, and there was also a threat that people in the park would be killed. So they evacuated the entire park. Every single person, even employees, were evacuated. Local police swarmed to the park, and they found that there was nothing, and the park remained closed that day. There's been a lot of instances with Six Flags America lately with bomb threats, because back in July, I don't know if you remember, back in July it was closed shortly after 11 a.m. on a Wednesday after the bomb squad was called in to investigate a suspicious package. And then there was a second unknown package discovered later on in the day. I don't know what is going on with everything. Maybe they're mad because they're not getting good attractions. If they are, it's really not cool. But there must be some issue in that area with Six Flags, and people might not like the park being there, or just the park's changing into a park where maybe a bunch of, I hate using the word, but maybe a bunch of thugs go, and bad things are going to start happening at Six Flags America. I don't wish that upon anybody, because theme parks are where you're supposed to relax with family and have fun, but just 2 instances of a bomb threat in a matter of 2 months, that I would be very, very suspicious, personally. And then the Superstar Parade at Universal Orlando Resort is looking to be changed in some capacity due to the fact that Universal and NBC and all of the corporate overlords of Comcast have now purchased DreamWorks Animation. So they're wanting to put more DreamWorks in there. Hopefully this finally sees not Toothsome, but like the dragon from Oh, what's the dragon? Is the dragon's name Toothless? How to Train Toothless. I'm sorry. I was thinking for the restaurant. Um, Hopefully this sees Toothless in a parade or Toothless somewhere in the park. Maybe get rid of Shrek and give us a How to Train Your Dragon ride or something, because Shrek is old. But if nothing goes from Shrek, Shrek's has a stay of execution because of Horror Nights. So you might see. Well, let's go to the DreamWorks. Okay, so DreamWorks Animation, their feature films, you won't see ants. So what we might see, because right now they have SpongeBob, they have Dora, and they have Hop, and I'm pretty sure that's it. We could see the Penguins of Madagascar, maybe Monsters vs. Aliens. I'd love to see a Monsters vs. Aliens dark ride. Just to put that out there. Maybe Shrek in the Superstar Parade. We'll probably see Trolls. Oh, they're making Captain Underpants. Oh, and another Shrek, of course. Geez, they have a lot of movies that are being made. Anyway, I think that we need something to get or change that Superstar Parade because it's god awful. I'm personally am not a fan of the Superstar Parade one bit, and I know a lot of people that are not fans of the Superstar Parade either. So hopefully we can see it gone after this because it's not good. Or maybe just a new parade in general. So you never know. A little update on stuff going on at the parks. I know that at Disney, nothing's really going on at Magic Kingdom. Epcot's, of course, closing interventions or actually closed interventions. And then at Hollywood Studios, we might be getting the Great Movie Ride closure in the next year, which will make for the what is it? The creation of the Mickey Mouse Dark Ride, the Great Mickey Movie Ride, or something like that. Basically, a one-man stream inside of the Chinese theater, which that means they could put the Sorcerer Mickey hat back up and not have to pay TCM money. So that's good. And then Animal Kingdom, Jungle Book Alive with Magic closed, and they've been starting to test stuff for Rivers of Light. Hopefully Rivers of Light opens because it seems like it's going to be beautiful and all that. I just don't want to fail. And then at Universal, at Islands, nothing really has changed. But at the studios, the Jimmy Fallon bathrooms have now been themed and opened to Rockefeller Center just today. I believe they were open. I have no word on what they look like inside, but I'm pretty sure that they are just normal bathrooms, not like Disney where they theme it at all. So to end the show, we're going to talk a little bit about Halloween Horror Nights 26, and this is probably how we're going to end most of the shows from now on. From what I've been seeing through a couple of the videos, which was Kyle from View from Cheap Seats, and Tim and Jen this morning, or this afternoon actually. They everyone's saying that Krampus is a good house. And then from what I've been seeing, Survivor Die is really cool. It has the projections on the screen or on the buildings, just like Acid Assault. And then in the Chanson House scare zone, you have a chant show. It's like a sideshow. It's not really a show, but it's super cool. And the person who plays Chance now is great. And then we have Dead Man's Wharf, which looks a lot better at night than it does during the day, and it's really cramped in there. And then we have lighting projections. We have a lighting package on London, and then we have roaming hordes, which all those roaming hordes look phenomenal. And then Lair of the Banshees is dark and mysterious and all that stuff, just like it would be normally, because it's in Central Park and that place really doesn't have that much light. And then Vamp 55 looks beautiful. I wish I could see the scare zone because the music in that scare zone is phenomenal. And they have 2 floats, and it's basically like a homecoming parade. It's super, super cool. I got to watch the Academy of Villains show on YouTube. Academy of Villains blew my mind. It's about a 20-minute show, I believe, and it's just nonstop action. It's so funny. It's a clever show. It's personally way better than a certain other show at a different Horror Nights event. You all know what we're talking about. We got the better end of this deal, thank goodness. And then Bill and Ted, from what I've heard, is phenomenal. It's a great year for Bill and Ted. Your villain this year is Rilo Ken. And let's just say he's a millennial that likes Hamilton, Lumineers, and Mumford & Sons. So that's great. And then they have a remark about Avatar Land, again, just like they did last year. So moving on to what people are thinking about the houses. We'll start with the back of the park with Tomb of the Ancients. Everyone's saying Tomb of the Ancients is good, but there's need of a lot more scare actors in there from what I've been seeing. Halloween, everyone's saying it's really good. Texas, they're saying is really good. Chance, I actually got to walk through Chance's through, I think it was Periscope. Chance's house is beautiful. They have the second room is the spinning effect from Asylum in Wonderland, and the person that was filming it got really, really tripped up, and it was hysterical. Then we moved around the park to Krampus. I've heard so many good things about Krampus, but I've heard that some people aren't liking it, and but a lot of people, for some weird reason, are liking it. I'm not a fan of the movie, so I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't like the house. Like, I'm not judging it until I see it, if I see it, but it still seems like everyone's enjoying it, which is good. Then we have The Walking Dead, 5th year it's there, and everyone's seeming to enjoy that house too, which is very surprising because in the past years, a lot of people aren't too keen after the whole zombie outbreak of, I think it was 23, 22, something like that. Some recent horror night that had the roaming scare zone with all of the walkers. So I would understand why a lot of people why a lot of people just won't go into the Walking Dead house. I'm looking at this tweet right now. It's just baffling me. I'm looking on TweetDeck because that's what I use for all of my stuff to keep up with it. And I'm on the HHN26 hashtag. And a guy said, tonight at HHN26 is making me seriously consider not coming back for HHN27. Ridiculous crowds, ops, props, so operations problems galore. And Bill and Ted is the only saving grace. I just saw someone that gave Tomb of the Ancients 2 out of 10. Wow, that's harsh. From what I've heard, Tomb of the Ancients is great. And then we have Ghost Town, Curse of Lightning Gulch. Wow, just wow. I've heard nothing but good things. No one has said a bad thing about the next three houses, which is Ghost Town, Exorcist, and American Horror Story. Except one person said something bad about American Horror Story. It kind of made me mad, but we'll get to that in a second. But everyone's saying Ghost Town's great. It just needs a lot more actors in it. That's really what I've been hearing from that. And Exorcist is good, but there's a lot of the same scenes in it. So take that for what you will. I guess she is in her bed like 50 times in the house. So take that with whatever you take it with. And American Horror Story, which is a house that I am so sad I don't get to see this year for many reasons. And just I've heard nothing except one bad. I saw one thumbs down today with somebody who went through American Horror Story, and I want to know what their thinking is, if they haven't seen the show or they just saw the show and just didn't like the house, which is totally okay, and or if they just didn't know like what all was going on, which that's all okay. You're entitled to your opinion, but man, just don't put a thumbs down on something. At least post an explanation why. Anyway, I've heard nothing but good things about American Horror Story, especially all the twisties in the house I've heard are really, really scary. And everyone's saying that there's a couple of scare actors in there that are really, just really, really, really good and really into their character, which is always good. Which I wish I could go through this house. It seems really spooky. And with that being said, that's a quick recap on opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights, which it's still not over. That was basically stuff from preview night and tonight. Hopefully things get a lot better at the event, and hopefully it's a flawless event by the end. And with that being said, I believe that's the end of the show tonight. It's a very short show because it's just me. And you can follow me on Twitter at Travis Coaster, and you can follow the podcast at TheCoasterCasters on Twitter and the TheCoasterCasters podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Go follow Owen on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney and the Popcast Network at Popcast Network. Go follow Will on Twitter at HHN Dog. Go follow Dallas on Twitter at RT Magic Web. And go follow Scott on Twitter at GR8 Trav capital LNSCOOT. That's definitely in the description below. And go follow Mel on Twitter at Melody TH Disnerd. I say TH because if I say the, everyone thinks I say the, and it's a whole big mess. And then follow Katie on Twitter at the Usherette19, and follow Amanda on Twitter at AMD111588. I'm pretty sure that's correct. It might be AMS. Give me a second. Do. I'm trying to find out. Oops, wrong person. It is AMS. I apologize. So Amanda's Twitter is AMS111588. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and until next week, happy Horror Nights, and I guess I don't want to say may the odds be ever in your favor, but let you be scared to death, because that's what you're supposed to be. And if anyone's going to Horror Nights, have fun. If anyone's going Not So Scary, have fun. Hallow Scream and local haunts and everything. Have fun. If you're going to a park, enjoy yourself and have a good night.